Happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to Spicer and Company. I'm Sean Spicer.
And I'm Mercedes Schlapp, in for Lindsay Keith. Here we have a live look at the White House where the fountain on the North Lawn is green for St. Patrick's Day, Sean. I know this is a very special day for you.
That is.
So in honor, in the White House there, they put the fountain green for you.
Thank you,
Just
President.
for you, Sean
President
Spicer.
Biden, I appreciate that kind gesture. That was very nice of you. I'm sure the First Lady had something to do with it. It's a little over the top, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But it is kind of nice to have that day, a special relationship between these two countries. It's amazing. A little later in the show, we are actually honored once again. Actually, we had him here last year, Ireland's ambassador to the United States. He's going to be coming here to talk about what these celebrations for our St. Patrick's Day look like this year amid COVID. And frankly, we're going to put a few of the myths about Ireland to rest. But we've got a lot of big headlines to get to, Mercedes. It was just last night that President Biden sat down with this George Stephanopoulos to do an interview on ABC. This is so interesting. It took this interview to get asked about the border, and you're thinking, okay, you finally get a chance to ask the guy about the border, and he'll echo what they've been trying to say, but he didn't. It was not a hard sell. He kind of told all these migrants kind of don't really come to the United States. Well, take a listen.
The idea that Joe Biden said come, because I heard the other day that they're coming because they know I'm a nice guy and I won't do what Trump did.
They're saying this.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. They're not.
Do you have to say quite clearly, don't come?
Yes. I can say quite clearly, don't come. And what we're in the process of getting set up, don't leave your town or city or community.
Yeah. 50 days later, Mercedes. Simple question here. What took so long?
Okay, wait, Sean. I think George Stephanopoulos said the answer to Joe Biden when he says, tell them.
Just
tell
say
the migrants to say it. Don't come. And then he gave this such weak response. You're just like, no one's going to believe Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, he's like, you want me to say it right now? And Stephanopoulos is like, literally like, please, I'll give you, I'll write it down. I'll write it down for you. Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. Like it took 50-something days for these guys to say it. And Biden's actually, how did they get this idea that I wanted to do this? I mean, maybe it was the T-shirts. I don't know. Maybe I haven't said anything. He refuses to call it a crisis. Maybe that was one of the reasons too. But I will tell you, Republican senators, they get it. They're trying to stop it. At least 40 of them now are calling on the Government Accountability Office to look into President Biden's calls to suspend the border wall construction and freeze funding. Yeah, maybe that had something to do with it. The letter that they wrote says operational control of our southern border was compromised and a humanitarian national crisis ensued. The president's actions directly contributed to this unfortunate, yet, here's the key, entirely avoidable scenario. They are also in blatant violation of federal law and infringe on Congress's constitutional power of the purse. Check this picture out. A town hall reporter was down at the border and tweeted this picture out. No wonder they think they should come. Look at this. You might as well open the door and just say, alola, come on in. I mean, it's crazy. They got to wonder why this is happening.
Look, Sean, we know the walls work. It's something that President Trump campaigned on. But for Joe Biden, it's become a political football. He's made that decision to say we're not going to fund the border wall. And in essence, that is sending, because of his actions, that is sending a very clear message to the illegal immigrants as well as the human traffickers and the drug cartels that America is open
100%.
to come in. But here's the deal. The Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, was up on Capitol Hill just yesterday and admitted this is a problem. The border is a problem. In a statement, he said, quote, we are on pace to encounter more individuals on the southwest border than we have in the last 20 years. But
there's the but.
Is there's the word. But when asked if it was a crisis, Mayorkas said this today.
Mr. Ranking Member, I'm not spending any time on the language that we use. I am spending time on operational response to the situation at the border.
Remember, under President Trump, Mercy, it was the words that matter.
Yes.
What he said, those words matter. They send a signal on whatever the issue was. But now Don't worry about the words. The word schmerz. Don't worry about what I say. That doesn't matter.
And it's not only that, but also the actions, what we've seen with President Biden and his administration. Obviously, in the early days when they allowed for catch and release, reversing President Trump's policy on that, that obviously is sending a message for individuals to come over the border illegally. And it is overwhelming our Border Patrol agents.
Yeah, even Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna from California is accusing the Biden administration of violating human rights and not taking care of minors that are at the border. I mean, you know it's bad when one of the Democratic congressmen is calling you out for this.
Yeah, I mean, we keep running into this problem, right, where you have these unaccompanied minors. They're coming in, they're saying, look for the person in the green uniform, and then they come in with the phone numbers to then match them up with people here in the United States. And this is a growing problem, something that I think the Biden administration, while they're not admitting that it's a crisis, it continues to be, I think, a big headache for them, and they need to come up with a solution.
I said this last week. You remember in like that Schwarzenegger movie and Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's not a tumor. This is like, it's not a crisis. Like, admit it. Say it. Say it's a crisis. Say the words.
But here we go, switching gears now to Biden's COVID relief sales pitch to the United States. Sean, you're going to love this. The Biden administration kicked off his, yes, help is here tour with a stop in Pennsylvania. But that stop only lasted for about, 5 minutes. There wasn't a teleprompter, surprise, but he did read off a note card. The typical note card, Biden note card. The kicker here, Sean, guess what? He didn't even talk about the COVID relief bill.
Well, why would you do that? Because you could just ask Kamala Harris to do it.
Yeah, but don't you want to write it on the note card?
No, but let her do it.
Some talking points on there.
She's getting ready. Take a listen to what she said.
The White House has said repeatedly that this is a very popular law. If that's the case, why is it important to get out and sell it?
It's not selling it. It's literally letting people know their rights, right? It's kind of like you buy a product, you've already been sold on the product, but you need some directions on the box usually, right?
Directions
on
the box?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad we need government directions on the box to tell us how to spend $2 trillion.
It would take a book, I think. You would need a book because there's so many components to that COVID relief bill.
Can I just say this? You spend $2 trillion. You announce you're going on a massive tour, right? Remember that Roger Mudd passed away last week, and he was the one that asked Ted Kennedy, why are you running for president? And Kennedy was stumped. You don't think that you're going to get this question? Like, they're going on tour, they meet the press, and the press is like, you don't think you have to sell us? And she's like, it's like directions on a box. Holy smokes, guys. Didn't you think this was going to happen? It's unbelievable. All right.
We're going to have to wrap this one up, I got to tell you.
I know. All right.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.